What's up, y'all? Just a quick Sunday update. It's March 8th, late at night. Wanted to kind of do a quick update on where I am with the car. Obviously, there's no rotisserie update today or this week. That's because of a couple things. I went down to the shop yesterday, so I'm gonna kind of show you what I came back with. I came back with some parts. Besides that, the car hasn't made any progress actually. So that's cool. The shop has been working on other small things. You know, I'm not expecting like deep progress every single day, every time I'm there. So it's kind of like, fine, whatever, no big deal. So I figured I would show you two parts I picked up, eBay finds, things I need for the car, and then also the brakes. I got the brake calipers back from Absolute Customs. I brought them back yesterday as I'm going to refurbish them myself. So we're kind of starting that process right here today with you. So let's get started. So in this box, we have the brake calipers off the Skyline. So these Brembos are stock on the R33 GTR, which is actually, I think, pretty novel for a car from 1995. I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, most American cars weren't putting Brembos on their performance vehicles, as well as a lot of European ones. So this is a cool setup. So these are 4-piston calipers in the front, very crusty as you could see, and 2-piston calipers in the rear. The calipers in the front, I believe, are they're similar or almost identical to the Z33 calipers. So the 350Z, the Brembo, the track edition Brembos. It's the same caliper, so it's the same pad. The only difference is the these caliper bolts here. I believe they're 12s on the Skyline and they're 14s on the Z33. So that's the only difference. You could, I guess, technically run them either way interchangeably. You just have to drill that out and retap it. I'm not going to do that. I figured I'd keep the stock brakes for now. Let me tell you a little bit about these brakes. So the front rotors are a 324 by 30 mil thick rotor. It's actually it's fairly large. Comparing that to your typical Evo 5, 6, 7, 8 brakes, which are, I believe, 350s in the front, 350 millimeter. They're slightly smaller, but I think it offers a decent starting package for these cars. So the caliper is literally just like an Evo caliper. See, it's a two-piece, it's split. It's got these cap head screws, 4 cap head screws that hold the caliper together. 2 pads, got the spring there. 2 pins that hold the pads in place. Pretty simple. As you can see, these are very crusty. Very crusty. Paint's worn off. I'm actually surprised the logos are in halfway decent shape. It's very dirty. And you see Brembo logos on the back. So the process that I'm going to undertake here is to refurbish them. So first thing I'm going to do this week, gotta take these lines off. I see some have jeez, look how crusty that line is. I believe that's a front line. No, that's a rear line. That's a rear line. Came off the other rear. I'm gonna take all the lines off, and then I'm gonna start breaking the calipers down. With the calipers broken down, I plan on splitting them in 2. You split them, undo the bolts here. You see these bolts, those 4. Undo those, have the calipers split, and then bring them to sandblast. I'm not sure where I'm going to sandblast them. Trying to figure that out. Or I might just hand the calipers straight off to powder coater. So I'll take the pistons out, take the seals, all the seals that are behind the pads here. So pull the spring and pull the pins and all that. Take all that out, and then take everything with regards to the pistons. Remove all of that. I'll probably either mask it or I'm gonna find a powder coater that's gonna that'll tell me what to do, either how they want it prepped and everything. And I want them powder coated the original black, or a gloss black. It doesn't have to be exactly this black here. You know, some gloss black, maybe with a little flake or something in it, just so it looks pretty. I have a couple places that'll give me some logos, the Brembo logos. You can get them off eBay. Even Amazon has some. I believe the front is 80 mil long and the rear was 55 mil. So I assume you just scale. So I'll look for a logo that's based on those lengths, and just they should scale up to be the correct aspect ratio. What I have seen, I watched a couple videos on YouTube, had some good info. What I've seen is you lay down the black powder coat, you oven bake it, and then you apply the sticker, and then you apply a clear powder coat over top that, which also makes the black pop, the base coat pop, basically. I still need to confirm this. This is what I saw in a couple of videos from a couple guys that were, I guess, versed in powder coating brake calipers. But that's the process I'm going to undertake. So I'll get some stickers, get the right color, hopefully mask off the pistons, because I don't want to get any of that messed up with the sandblaster and or powder coating, and start the process of refurbishing these. I found some seals. There's a website called Big Red, so I found a seal kit for both the front and the rear. The fronts are, there's two pistons that are 44 mil and the other two are 38 mil. And the rear, I believe, are just two 40 mil pistons. I'm not entirely, I think I'm pretty sure about that. 40 mil in the rear. So you can buy the Brembo kits. They're expensive, at least I found on a couple websites, expensive as shit. Or I found a website called Big Red that seems to have remanufactured kits that look pretty good. So I'm probably gonna go with the Big Red kits, because I've seen a lot of reviews and talked to a bunch of people running them on track, and they seem to like them, and go with that. So that's dust seals, that's piston seals, and I believe the cap as well. I'm not changing the pistons. The pistons, I assume the pistons are okay. We'll see when I take the whole thing apart. If the pistons are rotty, then I need to buy some pistons, which would suck. But yeah, so these will be refurbed. Also, forgot to note, front rotors on the R33 GTR, and that's also the same rotor that's on the R32 GTR V-Spec and V-Spec 2, which runs the Brembos. These rotors are fucking expensive in the UK. Unbelievably expensive. The 324/30 rotor is specific to Skyline GTRs. I believe it's the same as the R34 front rotor. Almost positive it's the same rotor. They are very expensive. DBA rotors, which is an Australian company. In Australia, the front pair is 100 pounds, converted to UK pounds, right? In the UK, they are 354 pounds. So I'm looking for cheap alternatives to front brake rotors. My brake rotors are kind of uneven wear, so I assume one of these pistons is stuck. Something's not wearing properly, even though the pads look pretty nice. They look pretty even, I think. We'll see. So I'm gonna, at this point, I'm spending money all over the place. I don't want to overspend on the brakes, especially buying 400 pounds worth of rotors for the front. I think that's stupid right now, considering I'm spending like $8 grand plus on this rotisserie restoration. I don't have the money right now to devote to refurbing the brakes to like unimaginable track day levels. So we're gonna get by. So this is what you're gonna look forward to in coming videos, is powder coating and refurbishing the R33 GTR Brembos. So let's take our attention to two of my pickups from the past month. First we have are some OEM R33 GTR floor mats, which you could see include coffee stains. But I paid, they were on auction. I paid, I believe it was like 45 pounds shipped. It was, it's pretty much highway robbery. So I'm cool with the unusual discoloration. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. There's definitely coffee stains. You can see some dirt stains on this. What I did, so this is a full set, including the fifth mat that goes over the transmission hump behind the driver and passenger seats. They all come with this really cool emblem. They're all in fairly good condition. Like, these are definitely way okay to run. The driver's side mats, not even that worn. Yeah, I've seen way worse on the driver's side. Like, the checker pattern's still all there. Passenger side mat's actually really nice. I guess that's just shadow, so it's not like coffee or anything. They look pretty good. They're all right. They probably could use more cleaning. I took a deep cleaner, like a wet dry vac that I rented from the grocery store, and went over these things crazy. And it took up so many stains. I was actually really happy with the progress of it. It's not fully done. It probably needs some shampoo and some more deep scrubbing. But for now, pretty good. Not bad at all. So this was a cool pickup. These were cheap. There was the only other auction that was up at the time for these floor mats. They wanted like 350 pounds, and I was like, ah, fuck, I'm paying 350 for those. So 47 pounds shipped. Awesome. So the final piece of the puzzle for today's video is this dash fascia. So I'm gonna unwrap this and you can see exactly why I purchased this and what I guess its true meaning in the project is. All right, so here's the dash fascia. It's in very good condition. You're like, well, why'd you buy it? Yours looked pretty good. So, give you a little bit of history in R33 GTRs. There's a Series 1, a Series 2, and a Series 3. The Series 1, the dash fascia, the shift surround, and the driver side switch panel over here have a nice smooth finish to them, not texturized. And it's that kind of rubberized, smooth finish that most of us will remember from our childhood in almost every Japanese car. That's the same finish that over time just rubbed away onto your fingers on all the switches and all the door panels in your mom and dad's Toyota Camrys or the Nissan Maximas or anything. Horrible, absolutely horrible. So that came on the 95, I believe the 95 to 96, early 96 R33 GTRs. Mine is a May 95 car. Mine has that nice smooth finish. No good. This is a Series 2, actually, a Series 2 dash fascia, which you could see has a couple of differences. The first difference is these switches here are slightly raised. So you see how it has a kind of lip. See, it's here all through there. This is not the same as on the Series 1. This raised portion is what was on the Series 2 and Series 3 GTRs and GTSTs. This is actually a GTST part. What I did is I wanted to make sure it was the same. I did some checks. It's identical to the GTR part. Obviously has space for the triple DIN gauges right here. And you don't pay GTR tax. I believe I paid 45 pounds for this shipped. So it's nothing. The only modification to this whole thing is what looks to be a microphone place for, someone had an alarm mic, for like a glass break sensor or something. That looks to be the only modification. Everything else, the surface is in very good condition. The texturizing is all still there. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can kind of see. There you go. That's the surface you get on the Series 2 and the Series 3 dash fascia. This surface finish is also on the shifter surround, the shifter surround ashtray, and the driver side switch panel. All parts that I need to purchase. In the US right now, I have a brand new shifter surround, Series 2 style, Series 2, Series 3 style, this kind of rough finish, sitting at my parents' house in Florida. I'm looking for my ashtray to match that. And then the final piece will be my door switch panel. Right now I have a brand new Series 1 door switch panel. So if anyone wants to buy a Series 1 switch panel, it's literally brand new. It's just sitting on my car. I just took it out of the box and I stuck it on there. I'll sell it, I don't know, cheap, pretty cheap. Probably like 75 pounds or something. It's brand new. I don't know if it's still manufactured or not, but good to go if you have a Series 1 interior and you want to match that. But I'll be looking for one of those, and I'll be looking for my ashtray to complete the modernized dashboard look. So there's a couple differences, small differences. This switch for the aerial is up here, but I believe on the Series 1 it's underneath the steering column on the lower switch panel. So I might look for a Series 2 lower switch panel so I don't have two of these little buttons. This guy is actually in a different location on the Series 1. In fact, I believe I don't know if it's over here. It's either over here or it's in this area, but smaller. I believe it's here, but smaller. So it's shifted over. And then right next to it on the Series 1 is actually a coin pocket, which is fairly useless because you could fit about 6 quarters in it. I'm not really, we don't use coins anymore. So that wasn't really appealing. The good thing about this one is it has really nice vents that are all attached. I have a slightly cracked vent attachment on, I believe it's this one, on mine. It still goes together fine, but it's good that I got this piece in really good condition for really not a lot of money. So those are two really cool purchases where I needed the part and I wasn't about to pay GTR tax, and I was able to find the part that I need for not a lot of money. You could deal with making basically $50 USD purchases for really nice condition portions of your car that are gonna help you finish your build off. So moral of the story, keep looking. And so the moral of the story here really is just keep looking. eBay has been one of my best sources for finding good parts. I made a lurker Facebook account just to get into some of the Skyline Facebook groups. Really not a lot of good stuff there. eBay is where I'm finding my best bits. Facebook has just a lot of scammers, and I try to stay away from it. That's why I don't have Facebook and haven't had for years. But keep looking for the deals, man. Don't settle for some guy trying to flog his GTR floor mats for $400, $450. It's not worth it. You can find good prices. You just got to look around a little bit. The UK is going to be your best bet for finding a lot of this stuff from English speakers. Yahoo Japan auctions are getting picked over by people in Amsterdam who want to put 70% markup on everything that they buy. So, so in summary, until next time, let's say next weekend, that's me signing off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and the couple cool finds, and give me a nice, thumbs up, some comments or whatever, and keep following for future videos. So until next time, take care. See ya.